Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Captain America: The Winter Soldier, so Captain America 2. And also, before I start talking about this review, just want to give you guys a little update. I do have the in-depth review for the ending credits, not on this video, but on a Frontline video, because I want to do something special for The Winter Soldier on Frontline, so that's what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll do that with every Marvel movie, who knows, but that's what I'm going to do with this one. So you could go check that out on Comic Frontline. But let's talk about this movie. I did see it last night, but I went out of the theater really late, like 1 o'clock, so I was like, I'm a little bit too tired to make a review tonight, so I was like, let me just do it when I'm fresh the next morning. Even though I was promising the review on Saturday, I'm sorry guys, I think you would rather a fresh review than like, hey guys, so Captain America, so, you know, hopefully you guys are okay with that. But yeah, so with this movie, we get to see that, it's right after Avengers, like all these other solo movies. You know, Thor did the same thing, Iron Man 3 did the same thing, and now Captain America 2 is. For a movie called Captain America: The Winter Soldier, we don't get to see a lot of Winter Soldier until maybe like the middle of the movie, which I'll get into. But yeah, Winter Soldier is going against Captain America. S.H.I.E.L.D. in general is going against Captain America, and the whole question is like, who are these people? You know, who's controlling S.H.I.E.L.D.? And in spoiler portion of this review, I'll talk more about that. And that's the whole movie, and we get to see who does win. Is it going to be S.H.I.E.L.D. or is it going to be Captain America and crew winning this battle? So yeah, I like this movie, but I didn't love it. I actually like Thor 2 a lot more. I think I gave Thor 2 like 4 stars. I thought it was a really solid Marvel movie. And saying that, I'm not a big Thor or Captain America fan. I love Chris Hemsworth, love Chris Evans, but never really been a fan of the characters in the comic books. So I can't say like, oh my god, like I'm a hardcore Captain America fan, because I'm really not. So saying that, I really like Thor a lot more, and these are two characters I kind of care about the same way. Like, I never got into them in the comic books that much, but of course know a lot about them because I read a lot of comic books. But yeah, Thor, I thought the story was a lot more developed. I felt a little bit more invested to the story. With Captain America, it's definitely more of an action movie, more of, and they're going that route. They're going more like, here's a James Bond movie, here you go. It's more of a government-y movie, more of an action film, and less about the story. But, so that is my non-spoiler thoughts. I just wanted to say that. I would probably give it a 3.5, and in the spoilers, that's where I'm going to really talk more about the details. So I'm sorry, a lot of the details have to do with the spoilers. So that's just a quick thought if you want to know what I thought about the movie. I thought it was a little bit too action-packed and could have used some more story, but I liked the espionage feel, and I liked the tone of the film because it felt different from other Marvel movies at the same time, because most Marvel movies have comedy. They really do. So I didn't really chuckle in this movie that much. It was actually kind of dark at times. So I did like that about the film, that I felt like a different type of Marvel movie. So yeah, that's a non-spoilers portion. I give it, no, not 3.5. I gave it 3.75. I couldn't get to that 3.5, but I couldn't get to those 4 stars either. So I'm going to give it 3.75. But let me explain why in the spoilers portion. First, let's start with Winter Soldier. If you're a comic book fan, this is not really a spoiler, and that's how I felt as a comic book fan. Bucky's Winter Soldier, and I think if you saw the first film, not a comic book fan at all, then you might be shocked. You might be. I don't know if you really would be, but you might be shocked. And I felt like he wasn't in the movie that much, and he was the villain, but I felt more of, spoiler alert, Hydra's more of the villain, and they did not flesh out Hydra at all. Like, I felt like there was no meaning to Hail Hydra, and I thought that was a really big problem, because a lot of their stories bored me, because they just didn't flesh them out. It was more like, here's the villain, that's it. And then S.H.I.E.L.D., I feel I had more of liking the S.H.I.E.L.D. because I watched the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think I understand more about the cinematic universe of S.H.I.E.L.D. than I would just watching the movie. So I gave more respect to S.H.I.E.L.D. because of that. But I think if you're just walking into the movies, like, why care about the S.H.I.E.L.D.? Why care about Nick Fury? And I think that's one thing they had a problem with this movie. They didn't flesh out these villains more. And one thing I did love about the movie, though, is that they fleshed out the heroes a lot. I think they fleshed out the heroes more than any other Marvel movie for Captain America. Because his first movie is like, yeah, you just have to tell his origins. It's kind of a complicated one. So I didn't really love the first movie. It's kind of forgettable for me. And I only saw it once in theaters, and I just never had the temptation to see it again. So that's Captain America. So I didn't love Captain America. But I was looking forward to Captain America 2 a lot. And so going into this, I think we got a lot of great, great Black Widow scenes here. I think they fleshed out her character a lot, and I finally saw Black Widow of the comic books on screen. I think Black Widow is always like, oh, she's badass in Avengers, she's kicking ass, great, but we don't know who Black Widow truly is. And I think in Iron Man 2 that was evident too, because that was her first appearance. In this movie, we finally understand, it's like, oh, she's this kind of assassin person who doesn't really have an identity, and I think they fleshed out that really well in the few lines that they really had to flesh it out. So I thought Black Widow was awesome in this movie, and I think this is her best movie. Same goes to Captain America too. I really liked his action saying, do I trust the government? Do I trust these people? What should I do with my life? I think Captain America and Black Widow obviously were the strongest part of this film, because the character development for these heroes is really good. I really liked it. I liked the hero portion of this film. And then Falcon, I really didn't expect to even like him, but I liked his attitude. I really liked Falcon. I thought he was a really likable character. So Falcon was pretty good. Nick Fury, he was okay. In the beginning, I'm like, I don't really love your government parts, but then, you know, spoiler alert, this is a spoiler portion. Once he comes back, I think it works really well. I liked how badass, Nick Fury can be in this movie. And then seeing Maria Hill a little bit more. I'm glad they fleshed her out a little bit more. I don't think they totally fleshed her out, but she's doing more stuff. So it's cool to see Maria Hill. Another complaint I had though, Agent 13. I'm a big Emily Van Camp fan, love Revenge. So hearing that she was going to be Agent 13, I'm like, this is perfect. She was like in 5 scenes in this movie. And also I felt like they revealed that she's Agent 13 a little bit too quickly. They could have utilized that as she's the neighbor, but then say, oh no, I actually work for S.H.I.E.L.D. also. I think that could have had some really cool reveal in this movie, a good contrast in this movie also. So we could have learned a lot more about Agent 13, and we did not. And I was really, really disappointed, because like, it's kind of more of a cameo in a way. She didn't really have a story. It's like, oh look, Emily Van Camp, what are you doing here? Obviously it's more of like they're setting up for the love interest, but we have to wait until like 2016 to get this love interest started. So why can you like get the flames going on in this movie? I don't know, I was really disappointed. For someone really excited to see Agent 13, I don't think they utilized her at all in this movie. So yeah, Agent 13 was a disappointment. So as I said in the beginning of this review, I thought it was really action-packed. The action was great, even though they used shaky cam in those beginning scenes, which I didn't love. But the action scenes, of course, is great. The CGI, amazing. That's what Marvel does best. But the plot, the main villain plot, could have been utilized more. With Winter Soldier, I wanted to care a little bit more about the Bucky reveal, and I just didn't. I don't know, the way I just couldn't connect with it, and that's one problem I had. I mean, that's something they could have done more, is flesh out Winter Soldier more, especially as Bucky Barnes might be Captain America in the future. If Chris Evans quits being Captain America, the next one that would be Captain America is Winter Soldier. So let me care about Winter Soldier, and I didn't see that in this movie. And then the Hydra thing, I was just kind of annoyed. They really needed to flesh out these villains to make me care. But the heroes were great, action was great, so I'm going to give it 3.75, but I can't say this is the best Marvel movie, and I don't know if I would want to see it again in theaters. I was actually planning I wanted to see it again. Maybe I'll wait for DVD, but it has to be a kind of a gap to say, hey, let me go check out Captain America 2 again. So that's just my opinion. I didn't love it. It was good. It was okay. I think I had a lot more expectations for the movie than what I got, but I did like a different tone to show, hey, we could do something else with Marvel movies. So I'm going to give it a 3.75. There's some positives, but there are some negatives also. So hope you guys enjoyed. Please tell me in the comments below what you thought about the movie. And don't forget to check out the ending credits video I have. It's been annotated throughout the whole video. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.